Good morning students. Today I am continuing here chapter 5 decision making statement, and the today's topic is a nested if else. So if else within a if else statement is called a nested if else, or if the if statement will be inside a if statement, then this will become a nested if statement. So here we are seeing the syntax of nested if else. So this is the one if condition. Inside there is the if else portion, and this is the else portion of outer if, and inside that there is the if else. So there are the two if else inside a if else. So this is become nested if else. Now see this with the help of one example. So if age is less than 24, then this will become in this block, and check if the height is greater 200, then value of C will be 20, otherwise the value of C will be 40. So this portion will be executed only when the condition age is less than is true. If this condition is false, then this will go to the else portion. Again this is checking inside this portion. If height is greater 100, then the value of C will be 30, otherwise the value of C will be 40. So this is just an example of if else, how you will use the if else within if else statement. Now here the next topic is dangling else problem. So what do you mean by the dangling else? When the number of if statements is more than the else, this is called a dangling else problem. Just see this with the help of one example. In this example, there is the two if and one is else statement. So how the student will understand this else is of which if? This is the next if or a first if. So by default, when there are the no curly bracket, then else will be just of previous if statement. So here this else is of this if statement, or we can clear this with the help of curly bracket. So here you can see if x is greater 0, inside this if y is greater 0, then first case, otherwise second case. So this is the else of this, or if we write the curly bracket here, so this will become the else of first if statement. So curly bracket is also play an important role in a programming, where you are putting the curly bracket, so the meaning of that statement will be changed. And now next topic is a ternary operator. Ternary operator is an operator which works on the three operand, and it is also called a conditional operator, and it is a substitute of if else statement. The syntax of the ternary operator is, here will be a condition. If the condition will be true, then expression 1 will be execute, otherwise expression 2 will be execute. So there are the three portions. This is the condition, and this is the expression 1, and this is the expression 2. After the question mark there is the expression 1, so this is execute based on true condition, and after the colon sign expression 2, this will be execute when the condition is false. Just see this with the help of one example. We want to find the maximum number between 2 a and b using a ternary operator. So here we are writing a is greater than b, then storing the value of a into max, or storing the value of b into max. So a will be stored when the a is greater than b will be true, otherwise the b will be stored. And this is the if else of the above ternary operator. So there may be a question to convert a ternary operator into if else or if else statement into ternary. Let's take some more example. If x is equal to 20, if y is equal to 20, so the value of x will be 4, otherwise the value of x will be 20. So convert this in the form of ternary operator. So here integer x equal, if y is equal to 20, then 4 will be stored in x, otherwise the 20 will be stored in x. So this is the condition, this is the true portion, and this is the false portion. Now one more example is here. So first portion in this is the if else. If salary is greater than 1,50,000, then tax will be 20% of salary, otherwise the tax will be the 10% of salary. Now we are converting this statement, if else statement, into ternary statement. So what will be the coding? Double tax equal salary is greater than 1,50,000. After the question mark, the true portion we will write. So salary into 20.0 upon 100, else salary into 10.0 upon 100. So this is the true portion and this is the else portion. Now here we want to convert this if else statement into ternary operator, and in this there are two ifs. So how this will be convert into ternary operator? So there will be a two ternary operator will be used, because here are the two if else statement. So this is the program. If a is greater than b and a is greater than c, so the value of a will be stored into max. If the v is greater than a and v is greater than c, then value of v will be stored into max, otherwise the value of c will be stored into max. So just we are writing this in the form of ternary operator. A is greater than b and a is greater than c, then we are storing the a into max. In else portion, again we are using the one ternary operator. If the v is greater than b and b is greater than a and b is greater than c, then the b will be stored, otherwise the c will be stored. So if the first condition is true, then a will be stored, or if this condition is false, so this will come on this. So here this is the one more ternary operator. So this will also work on the syntax. Now here I am solving the question of if else of the book question number first, and here this is the question. Okay, we want to find the natural numbers, natural logarithm, absolute value, square root, and random number based on the user choice. So here we are inputting our number and our choice. So if the choice is equal to 1, then we want to find natural logarithm. So there will be a function mat.log. So natural logarithm is a heading mat.log of n. If the first condition is false, then this will come on the second. We are checking if the second condition is true, then we want to find the absolute value. So mat.abs of n. If the second condition is false, then we are checking again the third condition, that is for the square root. So square root equal mat.sqrt of n. But if the third condition is false, and on fourth we want to find the random number between 0 and 1, so there is an inbuilt function mat.random, and there will be a no parameter. Or if the above all four condition is false, so this will come on the else portion and print the message invalid choice.